Welcome back. Now, in a major escalation in the Israel-Hamas war, hundreds of pager devices belonging to Hezbollah leaders exploded across Lebanon on Tuesday, killing over 8 and injuring over 2,000. The blasts, which occurred simultaneously in several Hezbollah strongholds, have been described as an Israeli breach of the militant group's communications. We'll be getting all of that in just a bit. That is the big question that we are posing to our guest today, Martha Miller, who's a fellow National Security Institute at JMU. She's joining us live from Washington, D.C. Many thanks to you, Martha, for joining in on CNN News 18. Now, when you talk about a Taiwanese company and its 3G pager bombs, is this the beginning of precision warfare when you look at pager bombs? How do they operate, first of all?
So I'm not sure that this is really a shift in terms of precision warfare, but certainly I think what this demonstrates is the vulnerability of supply chains. And so infiltrating pagers, I think right now we're not 100% sure exactly how Israel did this, but certainly there are theories that there are reports that they were rigged with small amounts of explosive material, but I think we don't know for sure at this time.
Martha, that's why I want to ask you, where does this leave Hezbollah and its further strategizing?
So I think what's interesting about this is that Hezbollah, there are many aspects that are interesting, of course, but Hezbollah actually had made the decision to go to pagers as opposed to using cell phones for their communications, precisely because they were avoiding Israeli surveillance. But in making this choice, Israel actually ended up winning some points on psychological warfare, but because this actually was a signal to Hezbollah that Israel could still get to them even with their use pagers.
If it does involve Mossad, and you are talking about how this is a huge commentary on Israeli surveillance, I want to know from you, what does it speak of Israeli surveillance? Because considering an attack like this couldn't have been planned overnight. So
I think, historically, Israel and Mossad has had a very capable intelligence capacity. This has been, this has helped them be very effective against their adversaries for years. They have used, amazing intelligence to reach their goals, both on a tactical level and also on a strategic level. And I think like I said before, a big piece of this is the psychological impact it has, because it demonstrates how deeply Mossad has infiltrated Hezbollah.
And when you talk about infiltration, a quick word from you about, you talk about vulnerable supply chains, which is how these pagers perhaps became more vulnerable. Shed more light on it, and I'll say thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's, and I think this is actually an excellent lesson for everyone on how vulnerable our supply chains can be. We had this lesson in the pandemic when that was more focused on supply chains just being stopped, right? And so now this is an example of supply of our products, whether it be pagers to Hezbollah or just something, going to the general population, that anything in the supply chain can be infiltrated with sophisticated techniques.
Absolutely. And for once, the reliance was not so much on hacking itself. So many thanks to you, Martha Miller, for joining in on Plain Speak here at CNN News 18. It was a pleasure speaking to you. And with that, it's a quick wrap from my end. Thank you so much for watching. Up next is The Hard Facts with Rahul Shivshak.
Copilot